Hello guys, JustHitSquare here. Today we're going to talk about the DZ. Whether to DZ or not to DZ, that is the question. So, you know, just been sitting back and thinking of how my points of view is going to be inflicted into this video. So as you've seen, if you did watch the DZ Weekly Vendor Reset video, I did briefly touch on not coming into the DZ as much and things like that. Now, I'm actually going to start talking to you about why I believe the DZ is broke, and it's simply just my opinion, but uh, and take this the way you want. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you won't, but that's why we all have an opinion. Um, This is the reasons why I do not come into the dark zone as much as a lot of people that I do know. So, first off, I just want to explain that I have friends and that actually come into the DZ and all they want to do is go rogue. Now, to me, the majority of people in the DZ, the reason why they go rogue, there's several reasons, but I would say out of 100%, at least 30 to 40% of those people are wanting a PvP based game mode, which we are getting in 1.6, which I'll touch up on that here in a little bit. I do believe there is a reason, one of the reasons that people go rogue in the DZ. Now, you got another percentage that goes rogue because they want to have keys. They want to be able to get keys. They run out of them and then they want to have keys. Well, the thing about it is that then you have others that just want to be straight up a-holes. And by that, I mean they don't have any worries about anybody else in the DZ. All they want to do is come in here to mess your gameplay up and do whatever it takes to make fun of you and just have their good old fun that they love having and pissing people off in the DZ. And don't get me wrong, it's to me that is very well childish of people in real life on this game, but this isn't real life. But a lot of people uh, reflect their real life in the games a lot of times. Now, for those people that wants to just come in here and piss people off by just taking their stuff, thinking it's funny, well, how do you like it when you get your shit taken? Do you love it? Because I've been with many friends that do what I'm telling you that people do in here, as far as they want to piss people off and just take people's stuff and just do it for the fun for the hell of it. In other words, excuse my language, but it's a kind of a touchy subject with me. Um, Now, I see these people doing it, but then when they get owned and they come up against people that's better than them, then they don't like it. But here's the thing. It's like if you bought the truck, you're going to drive it, aren't you? All right. So here's the thing. When you go out into the DZ and you try to be the big boy and go through and just do it for the hell of it and have fun to your knowledge and want to be able to beat people down and take their keys or whatever you want to take from them and do it just for being fun or being a butt about it, that's just simply put. Then when you actually get owned by them the second time you try this, they come back after you, or if you go to manhunt and you lose, then you've got only yourself to blame for this. Now, the other people that just do it for the keys, there needs to be an adjustment for this, and I'll touch on that in a minute. And then for the other people that just want to do it because they like PvP, this game doesn't offer straight up PvP. All right. Now, people can talk all day how the DZ offers straight up PvP, but it doesn't. Because straight PvP doesn't have NPCs after you. It's player versus player. This environment of the DZ is really good environment in a sense of how it mixes PvE and PvP elements together. So a lot of people can have a lot of fun in here. You're getting the best of both worlds in a sense. But then you have those people that want to come in here and farm and not have to worry about rogues. Well, it's like I heard before. If you're walking down the street and you see a sign that says beware of dog, but you know that if you go over that fence, that there you could be rewarded very well with something. Let me explain. You know the caution of coming into the DZ of what can happen to you. But you want to jump that fence regardless of telling you beware of dog, because you might be able to get a very good reward by jumping over that fence and getting something from on the other side. It's a double-edged sword in here. So just know when you come to the DZ, as of right now, they are at least 80% people in here are going rogue, and that's just the way it is. When it first starts out in a new update, you have a lot of rogues. But I do believe that people on those 3 percentages that I did talk about earlier, that's the reason why people go rogue in here. Now, the key aspect of the keys or whatever that you need to unlock these caches, or not caches, but these chests and stuff to get other items from in the DZ. I do believe that the bosses should be dropping these keys more, or at least one guaranteed per boss. Or, the higher you go in the DZ, maybe two. And the reason being is that would cut down a lot of rogue aspect in the DZ. Now, of course, you're going to have rogues regardless. You're going to have people that's fussing about this. That's, oh, well, this is what it's all about. The DZ isn't all about rogues. If it was, then they wouldn't even be the whole concept of the of the PvP or PvE aspect of this game. If it was about rogue, it'd be called Rogue Z. All right, you have an option when you come into the DZ. You're going to go after your gear to try to get it, farm, or you're going to just want to go kill people and take their stuff and be cheap about it and farm them. The way I see it, you didn't deserve any of that gear if you killed that person. That's not the way it should be. But this is the way that they have implemented the DZ. A risk and reward situation. I could sit here and argue about this all day long, and everybody's got their own opinions on how they see about it. But, so, this is the thing. I was talking to some of my buddies about this, and, I was just discussing a little bit about how it's so easy to be rogue in here and get more rewards for being a rogue than it is not being a rogue. It should be even game in here. You should be rewarded equally and disrewarded equally. First off, they should not be any public items at all when you die. It should be all public, my bad. All public. Nothing private. Alright? Some people are going to disagree. But as much as I hate to say it, it's the truth. That's what drives you to go back and get it. Now, if it was private, well, maybe some of your private stuff was really good and your other just ain't that good, so you're not going to go back after the rogue and implement what's going on here. So, what I was talking to my friends is about how the rogue the rogue aspect needs to be different in this game. And maybe some people agree with this, maybe some people won't. For the rogue, you should be rewarded 3 times the amount that you are now, if you get away with it, get off your timer. And if you die while you're rogue, you should be 3 times more taken away from you than what is now. So, way I see it is this. Say you're going across some people and you go rogue. Say you got a full group of 4, all right? You kill them, all right? And you're rogue. So you're sitting there and you're going, oh, I'm going to keep killing them. I'm going to go manhunt so I can get all that XP and all that money and all these things and blah, 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 blah. Okay, we get it. We get why you're doing this. You're a shithead, all right? You just want to kill us over and over because we're not as strong as you, or we don't care about the aspect like you do. Here's the thing. Way I see it, when you go rogue, here's the thing. First off, when you go rogue, no matter however many is in your group, they're going to be 100 per person that gets activated, and they're going to be on the same skill level as you, meaning how your play style is, how tough you are, they're going to be the same as you, an identical person, but they're going to be the hunter aspect of this game, like in survival. So if you had 4 people, you'd have 4 hunters that would equal out to each one of your skills. Vice versa, 3, you have 3. You know, you get my picture. You will have those that actually activate within 3 minutes of, or not 3 minutes, but 1 minute, 60 seconds. Okay, just 60 seconds from the time you go rogue. Now you could run this off. You could probably get away on a 1 level rogue. But here's the thing. After those 60 seconds, they start coming for you. All right? You get pinged on the map, no matter if you're manhunt or not, solid. It ain't just a ping, okay? It's a solid icon on the map. Everybody in the server gets alerted. So-and-so's gone rogue, where they're rogue at. Now, you can still use concealed, and that will make it to where you can't be showed solid on the map. All right, so make sure that you're smart enough to use that. But the hunters will know where you're at all times, no matter if you're concealed or you're not. So you have those hunters after you till your time runs out, and you have people that is after you until your time runs out. All right, that's across the whole DZ. Everyone in the DZ that isn't rogue. Now, if there are other people that's rogue, they're not going to get alerted. But if the people aren't rogue, they get alerted to where you're at, what level you are, and what your timer is. Okay? Now, the reason I say this is because this would make the aspect of being rogue more of a risk and more of a reward. If you survive all this, you get 3 times what you get now, plus 3 keys automatically. If you lose 3 times the XP and the money, plus 1 key. Alright? That key will not go to a person that killed you. It will just automatically disappear from your inventory. I believe if somehow this was implemented into the game in the DZ, there would be a lot of people not being rogue anymore, because they would know that they'd have to be pretty good stacked in order to get away from this. Therefore, it would allow more people to be able to farm for what they want. Now, the only ways I'm going rogue is if somebody really irritated me a lot and they get off the rogue and I just want to kill them, or we go to a supply drop. I'm more than likely going to probably kill you because I really want that. It's not being a butt about it. It's just being straightforward. This is what the DZ is about. When it comes to supply drops, I will fight you over that. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me, but hey, that's why we're all different in the world, right? That's why we're all different. We all have different opinions. So, as you see, I'm 89. I ain't even 99, but I do have 3 characters that I do roll with, and you know, I'll let you see them eventually. I've got 2 builds I'll let you see, and I'm on a different build right now, but I'm not going to actually talk to you about it. But the thing about it is that, you know, I wanted to come on here today and talk to you about the DZ and let you know what my thoughts was on it. I think it's broke because the rogue aspect is just too much. And I know that the 1.6 is going to do some of these things, not some of these things I discussed, but some new things to actually try to level things out. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't feel like it's going to be that big of a deal and a changer that's going to do anything. But I do believe that the people that want a PvP aspect of this game is going to get it with the last stand, and they're going to be a 20 to 30% decrease in rogues in the DZ because I believe the last stand mode is going to be actually ranked. So people will be trying to get ranked. Plus, they're going to be getting items from doing that. So I believe that's what they've actually tried to do. And you know, with 1.6 or last stand, is make it to where people are going to go less rogue. There are going to be less rogues in here and stuff like that. Now, my other thought is when I'm going to tell you the reason why guns and gear gets nerfed and buffed or whatever is because of right here. It's right here, the PvP aspect. You've got some whiny butt out there that's crying, "Oh, I'm getting killed by this. It's too strong." Maybe you need to get your game up, like some YouTuber I used to watch or actually watch from time to time. Not will name any names, but maybe you just need to get your game up and get stronger at this game instead of crying about it. Here's the thing, guys. You go into DZ, you ask for it. You ask for what you get. All right? You know what you're going for. You know what you're looking to get in return. So before you step into the DZ, know right now it is broken. So know what you're getting into before you walk through that door. See it? Entering Dark Zone. Know what you're getting into before you go through. And I feel like the best gear set would be Banshee for a normal player that wants to actually farm and not have to worry about losing everything. That's my opinion, but I do believe it's the best gear set for the DZ. And you know, I'll go over the Banshee gear set later on when I have another video about it. I will. Um, so, and one last thing. Now, you know, people are like, well, what's good to run on your talents for your guns and things in here? I'm going to tell you right now that right now, competent, responsive, and destructive is the three, in my opinion, is the three best talents there is for the DZ. And I run it in PvP aspect. Some people may run vicious, ferocious, fierce, destructive, or not destructive, but deadly, brutal, a bunch of those, all of those, whatever. But if you really sit down, look what competent, responsive, and destructive will do for you. Now, since 1.6, they're not going to be implementing as much on the armor aspect, so destructive is not going to be as useful as it used to be, in my opinion. So I would change over to Unforgiven once 1.6 comes down. And Unforgiven will be Unforgiven, Responsive, and Competent is what I would be running in the DZ just for the fact of getting to the heat of the battle with another opponent or an NPC. That health starts pulling down. You start getting more damage off of it. Now, the outside, I'd probably, in PvP, or PvE aspect, like Lexington, world map, stuff like that, incursions, I'd probably still run destructive, competent, and responsive. All right. Now, if that's when I'm running, SMGs works really good with SMGs and works really well with assault rifles. So, this is my opinion, guys, on the DZ. And I hope you had a great time watching my videos. That you always have, hopefully, and that you will have a good time watching this and actually understand where I'm coming from. Guys, leave a comment on what your thoughts is on this, of how you feel about the DZ as of right now. I believe 1.6 isn't going to change it as much as what I was hoping it would. But like, subscribe. You guys have a wonderful day. This is Just Hit Square. Goodbye.